Hey guys, this is Nick Brown at JTech today, and tonight we are going to be recovering and recharging an AC system. Also during the video I'm going to be showing you guys different coming out of the vents, air coming out of the vents, telling what degrees as we are charging the system. Okay, so with that, stay tuned. Hey guys, this is Nick Brown at JTech. Today we're going to be doing a little bit of HVAC, okay? As you can see here, I have my high and low set up, okay? The blue is going to the accumulator, and then the red is going down to where the condenser is. Basic theory of what HVAC is, basically you have a condenser right here, you have an AC compressor that's pumping the refrigerant throughout the system, as well as you have an evaporator coil, which is in that AC box back there. That's what these lines are connected to, okay? You have a fan blower blowing air across that evaporator coil. The evaporator coil is getting cold, which means the heat is being pulled away from the evaporator coil, okay, and it's cooling down the refrigerant to a low pressure. Okay, that's why whenever I go put the pressure on the low side, you'll always notice, if you can't see on my light right here, you always notice that the low side is always going to be lower than the high side. High side, it's a little under 100, but that's because we're not running the vehicle. This side's at 90. These are inaccurate pressures because we are not running the vehicle currently right now. Okay, so I have everything tightened, everything hooked up. Vehicle is started. Okay. At this point, we are going to recharge the system. Okay. Basically, we're going to take the refrigerant that's in here in the AC machine, we're going to transfer it back into the AC system inside the truck. Okay? Okay, you set your amount of pounds that you want to put into the AC system. Okay, and then you press start to begin. To start off with, we're only going to put about 1.7 pounds in there because that's what we have available. Okay. Okay. That's just purging air out of the system. That's what you hear on the side here. Best thing to do is not to touch the AC system, because it has a scale in there on to see how much refrigerant to put into the system depending on what you programmed it at. Okay. So yeah, it says do not disturb, and then it'll let you know how many pounds it's put in there up at the top right here. It usually takes around, I've seen as high up to about 3 or 4, maybe 5 minutes. We are inside the truck, okay, at this point, as we are recharging the system. Okay, one of the things that you can do is you can take a little temperature probe with a little voltmeter, set it to degrees Fahrenheit. Okay, take your temperature probe and stick it down one of the AC vents. And you can tell as it gets colder, it's getting more refrigerant inside the system. Okay. Ambient temperature right now is probably somewhere around 80 degrees, and we are getting lower in temperature, or a little bit higher, somewhere around 64 degrees Fahrenheit. Of course, I have it on a higher setting. Believe it or not, the lower the setting you set it to, right, watch this. It'll actually start to get colder. As you can see, we are getting a little bit colder. We just jumped from 65 degrees all the way down to 62 within less than a minute. And also, we do have the temperature all the way down, as well as we have it turned on to max AC. Now, on a side note, what max AC does is basically the ambient temperature inside the cab, okay? The fan blower, what it's doing is it's sucking in the cold air that it already has cooled down, and it's recycling it. Okay, so that's how you can get cold air to be colder. Okay, simple as that. That's what, whenever you put on the max AC, instead of it sucking in air from the outside to in, what it's doing is just recycling air inside the cab. Okay. Alright, we've already got down to 59 degrees Fahrenheit, and it tends to be getting lower. Okay, so that way we know at this point the AC is charging the system with more refrigerant as time goes. What we did is we put a vacuum on the system. We evacuated all the refrigerant out of the system. Okay, we put a vacuum on it for about 10 minutes to make sure there were no leaks, so that way when we put refrigerant back into the system, we knew that we weren't going to have any leaks, because emitting refrigerant into the atmosphere is very bad for the atmosphere. Okay, for every pound of refrigerant, as far as I know, for every pound of refrigerant that is let into the atmosphere, it's like a $40,000 to $44,000 fine. Okay, I sure as heck don't have that money, and I'm sure you don't. Okay, so with that, it's very crucial that you know what you're doing on these systems. If you have any leaks, okay, and the customer is complaining about it, diagnose the leak and fix it. Okay, because it is very harmful. This stuff is very harmful for the environment. Okay, it is also best to have a machine to do this. Okay, if you have an evacuation pump, that's one thing, but if you don't have a recharging machine, that's totally another. That's why we have an AC machine right there, as you can see. So with that,